Don't adjust your computer settings. No, the video quality is just that crappy. Yes, I am back again with another video in the same jacked up office with the same horrible lighting and same ghetto recording equipment. So prepare to squint and strain your eyes as we go through another video. I am Rebecca Elson. I am the publisher and primary content creator for the website The Magical Buffet, where we primarily do book reviews, the occasional interview, and the occasional excerpts and quote-unquote think pieces. If you want to continue to be notified when janky, poor quality videos are up on YouTube, feel free to subscribe and click the notification bell so that my sporadic videos will let you know that they're there. Tonight, as per usual, I have a cocktail. Tonight, I am drinking a Gimlet. I generally tell people it's kind of like a gin-based margarita. There's a lot of different variations. My husband has tinkered around a lot with them. This one is primarily gin and roses sweetened lime juice. The real secret is we use Whitney Neal aloe cucumber gin for part of the gin in it, and for some reason that really makes an amazing difference. And I am getting tipsy because we are doing a PR unboxing. I am fortunate enough that publicists and authors will reach out to me and ask if I'd like to see review copies of books for free. Sometimes I just get them sent to me. Sometimes they ask if there's something that I want. Either way, I'm incredibly fortunate, and I try my best, since I am only one person, I can't review everything, particularly as quickly as I'd like, but just in general, because I am only one person, I do like to try to feature a lot of the books and things that I receive on the Magical Buffet's social media. You can find the links for all of those in the description box, so you can follow there and just see some of the things that have been coming into my mailbox recently, things that I'm currently reading, things that I'm in the process of, and also you'll see when I publish new stuff on the Magical Buffet that way. So I have a small selection of things here, and I thought that I would go ahead and one of these, I should know what it is. This first one is from Skyhorse Publishing, and they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to review a book. And for the life of me now, I can't remember what the book was. But I remember telling them, yes, I would very much like to receive a review copy to share with my readers. And so that finally arrived. So let's see what it was that I wanted to see and what I wanted to share. Oh, okay. So The Herbalist Guide, How to Build and Use Your Own Apothecary. I like to be enabled. So anything that uses, things that you could possibly eat or drink, I'm always interested in. So I like the idea that it's telling you how to build your own apothecary. And I suspect that when I start flipping through here, oh, this is nice. Ooh, we're dealing, attention people, we've got full color imagery. I repeat, full color imagery. So I'm suspecting that there's going to be a lot of things about just like actual medicinal dosing, but it's like if something's good for me or has some sort of magical property and it's a thing I like to be like, oh, well, I want to consume this because it's all magicale. What I do like about this is that a lot of books about herbs and such have drawings of what the things look like. Just flipping through here, you're getting nice full color photos. So there is no mistaking. If you're looking at it someplace and you look at this, you can compare and contrast. Anyway, it's great to be reminded of what it was I wanted to get from Skyhorse Publishing, and I am looking forward to this. It looks like, for those of you playing along at home that just want to know, looks like it is $24.99 suggested retail in US dollars. The only other thing I have, but it's going to be a little mix of things, is I have a box from Llewellyn Publishing. So Llewellyn is it's kind of weird. Um, it's like they send PR to me sporadically, generally at my request, but usually I'll email them requesting some things, but then they'll throw in other things that are just releasing that they think I might be interested in. So it's usually like a mix of things that I requested and also things that they're like, oh, but this is coming out at the same time, so let's just chuck that in the box too. I'm not gonna lie, it's really cool. Okay, it's cool to get the boxes. A lot of these might be a little dated. There was some miscommunication the last time that I sent an email, and so there was a bit of a delay. So I'm not sure how dated or not these things are going to be. So let's see what's in the box. Oh, okay. So yeah. All right. So we got a couple of decks, which I was really excited about. I have a horrible deck addiction that no matter how many Oracle decks, tarot decks, other types of decks I always want more. These are really glossy because of the light and them being shrink wrapped. But I'm not going to unshrink wrap them right here and now because, I mean, come on, that's a lot of work and I haven't done my nails yet. They'll break. But actually, both of these I requested. One, because I was really intrigued by the Oracle, because it focuses on the path of Hecate devotees. So that was just kind of cool and original and different as far as what I'd seen. Also, always a bonus. I remember that I enjoyed the artwork that I could see on the website. And same thing with the Maidens of the Wheel. I'm obviously very divine feminine, very women's spirituality, all of that. And so I was pretty interested in this. The art looked good. And I'm being reminded that, yes, the art does look good. So because just what I need are more decks, but I have more decks now. And I am working on, those of you that are on my Patreon, link in the description box, saw that I teased a upcoming video. I posted a photo where it was like no context YouTube video upcoming, and it featured some very bizarre decks out of my collection. And I do plan on doing other videos where I just kind of pull oddities out of my deck collection, things that are in stock, things that are, no longer available, that are I just want to kind of put together and share. And same thing with my expansive library. But those things require research, and things have been very hectic with my day job, and I have ongoing health issues. So it's very hard for me to strike a balance of creating the content I've always created for the Magical Buffet website, trying to make sure that my Patreons get at least a little bit of a benefit out of supporting me on Patreon. So once I have those, it's really hard to find time to squeeze in actual research and it's not even a lot of research, but just a little bit of research to make some videos that have themes. But I am working on it. It is upcoming, particularly if you like being nosy and looking at decks and books and collections. That's going to be a lot of what's going to be coming up. And so just kind of while I was looking at these decks, it reminded me that, hey, if you're one of my patrons on Patreon, I did not forget about those decks. They're sitting on my kitchen table right now, waiting for me to do the cursory research I want to do before I share them in a video format. Okay, ooh, and hardcover. All right, so Devin Hunter, Houseplant Horticulture. Now, here's the thing with Devin Hunter. I never request review copies of Devin Hunter's books. And it's a really fun reason why. So I never do because, one, I follow Devin Hunter on social media, and he is just, I guess, what you would call a real one. I know that his books are good. I know his books are good, and I also know that he has a huge fan base. And so I know that Devin Hunter does not, Devin Hunter is not going to be experiencing this huge push because, oh, look, the Magical Buffet featured his book. Like, Devin Hunter don't need my help. And so that's why I try not to get greedy. I try not to go, oh, well, I want every Devin Hunter book because Devin Hunter's awesome. But on the other hand, if you're going to just toss in a Devin Hunter book, especially when it involves houseplants, I am going to have to, how could I not want to at least crack the spine on it? But anyway, you got a nice, Devin's getting the hardcover treatment. Oh yeah. Let's see, what are we looking at? We're looking at $26.99. That's not too shabby, especially again, people. Again, with the shiny, full-color artwork throughout. Always a good time. I got nothing to say. I mean, spoiler alert, I'm sure this is amazing. And I'm super happy it got tossed in. Did not ask for it. Thankful to have it. Anytime Devin Hunter wants to give my website a boost, that would be cool. But this, very excited. All right, what do we got here? Ooh, more cookbooks. As I said, I love to be enabled. Can I eat food? Yummy, yummy, yummy. It's magical. That makes it better. So I was intrigued by this because Cookbook of Shadows, yay. And also the author, Melanie Marquis, I'm assuming how you say that. She wrote, I reviewed a couple of her books, I think, at this point. And every time I'm always surprised, because the first time I got a copy of one of her books to review, I remember kind of not being interested, but reading it because it was there. It was before I was super flooded with review copies of books. And so I just kind of started flipping through it and looking, and I was really impressed. So I ended up reading it cover to cover. I ended up using it as a reference when I gave talks about magical protection. It's she made a really strong impression on me. And so ever since then, even if a book doesn't get featured on my website or something, I'm a pretty big supporter. So when I had the chance to request this one and it looked like, ooh, there might be food involved, I was super all about it. Honestly, at this point, the cookbook shelves in my kitchen are getting inundated with all of this new, this whole new wave of food and drink based magic, and I'm here for it. This looks fun. More importantly, I am seeing lots of recipes. So lots of recipes, lots of information about the properties of the food, just at a glance. Looks like it's got super, super cute little magical illustrations. And $17.99, which, I know it's small in size, but she's a fatty. She's a thick book. So anyway, I'm very excited. Usually, I don't always, but a lot of times with books like these, I try to make one or two of the recipes before I post a review. So we'll see if there's something in here that I can quick whip up because I'm lazy. So we'll take a look and see, but very excited. And last in the box is, and I remember this one. So, not familiar with the author at all. Is Jamie male, female, or they? I do not know. Let's see if the Pagan Priestess. All right, so we're going to go with Jamie. This is a she, Jamie. Welcome to the She Jamie Club. I went to school with both a female and a male Jamie, so that's why I always want to check how they want to be identified. This book, I was intrigued at just because it's the first time I'd seen a book dedicated specifically to Hades, Hadesses, to this particular subject. So that automatically had me intrigued. Also, I'm a big, underworld, dark deity kind of gal, and so on a personal level, I was also intrigued. But yeah, I thought that reviewing this on my website would give my readers a look at something that's different in the marketplace, and that's usually one of the main things that helps me pick out books when given the chance to request books is this different from other things I've seen. There's like a weird, it's the if, again, hey, if you are a patron on my Patreon, I frequently will post when I make requests from publishers for review copies, and I explain a lot of my reasoning behind each of the books. And frequently it's because, hey, I reviewed a book previously by that author and I really liked them. Sometimes it's the foreword was written by an author I really respect, and so I'm willing to give that book a chance. But frequently it's just like this, where it's like, it's just something that I'm sure there's so much out there in the world these days. I'm sure this is not the first, nor will it be the last, but it's one of those things where I hadn't come across something like it before, and I thought that it was different. It was interesting to me personally, so I thought that it would bring something different. I try to review a variety of things and feature a variety of things on my website and also on social media, because like I said, I can't get around to reviewing everything, so I do like to try to keep people in the know as to things that have come out, particularly because there is so much out there. And it's why a lot of times it's like, I do review a lot of books from, I guess what you'd call like the big three, where it's like Weiser Books, Llewellyn, and Inner Traditions, and like their subsidiaries. But I also like publishers like Skyhorse Publishing, Quattro Books, some of the smaller or like niche presses under like larger umbrellas, like Adams Media is a part of Simon & Schuster. I try to also review books like that because frequently if you're into witchy shit, you follow Llewellyn on like social media, and it's the same sort of thing with the other two. And just like in my fake tarot deck thing, I encourage you that if you're into books like these, that you go directly to the publisher websites and sign up for emails, because they frequently will have sales where you will get things cheaper than if you bought it on Amazon. And I try not to support Amazon if I can help it, I guess is the long and short of it. Is Amazon kind of sucks. I try to support other publishers, which is why, hey, let me do one last plug. Books that get featured on my website that I really enjoy, also tarot decks, and some books that haven't been featured that I just like. I have my own Magical Buffet bookshop. If you're not familiar with bookshop.org, they are a online book retailer where people like myself can set up online bookstores, and the money that is spent there goes to support independent bookstores in the United States. And because I have my own store, if you shop through there, I do in fact make a small commission, which goes to supporting the Magical Buffet at no additional cost to you. And in fact, usually all the books have at least a small discount, generally not Amazon deep discounts, but a small discount, and you can feel good about yourself knowing that you're supporting independent booksellers, and you also are helping support me, because hey, if I didn't have a day job, my butt could be here creating all kinds of content for you 24/7. So now that I'm done begging on all accounts, let me almost done. Let me thank you again for putting up with crappy setup. I appreciate I've gotten a lot of positive response to it. I've gotten a handful of subscribers already, and considering that I am a nobody producing with horrible production values, no speaking skills, and no real celebrity, honestly, I'm happy that anyone is subscribed. I mean, there's people subscribed who I don't know personally. That's cool. Hey, if I don't know you personally and you are a subscriber, thank you very much. It's nice to feel loved. Thank you for that. Stay tuned. There will be more poor quality videos that hopefully at least have mildly entertaining content to them. And I hope you all are being happy, healthy, safe, and staying out of trouble, or getting into only the best kind of trouble.